Hey traders from around the world, what's going on? Holla at your boy, it's Jeremy Alexander Newsome, CEO of Real Life Trading. It is Monday, July the 11th, 2016, an absolutely historically monumental day. First and foremost, I hope you had a great weekend. Second and postmost, is foremost was before, then this would be the post of the whatever. So, the second point that I want to make, we've done it. The SPY did officially make a higher high today. Woo! Love it. Real Life Trading, one of the few companies out there who the entire year have been saying that more than likely we are going to be making higher highs and higher lows this year. It has happened. We are right. And that's all I've got to say about that. So, SPY, it has occurred. Now, actually on the S&P 500, we did make a higher high technically on Friday, just letting you know, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, we made a higher high on the S&P. The Dow Jones has a little bit more to go. Very, very close to it, but the all-time high on the Dow, 18,351.36. So your ETFs finally catching up to some of that price action. So again, here's your SPY. And really just all kind of culminated from Friday's very, very bullish gap. So 213.78, still a strong resistance. What happens here? Well, I think we kind of continue a little bit higher, honestly. I think we slowly start creeping up a bit. I think we get into the all-time high areas. And here's what I'm hoping for. Here's when I'm ready for a bearish market. It's not going to happen anytime soon, I don't think. I will not be buying a short-term break out of this, just letting you guys know. Not buying that. If anything, I'll be buying that pullback. But if the market's going to go just absolutely bananas, which I think it will, I'm looking for all of the perma bears when we get right about here, SPY 240 or something in the next year and a half, 2 years. If that occurs, right? I do think we make some higher highs. It doesn't have to happen though, of course, but let me just throw this out there. That's when all the perma bears, the ones you read the articles about, the one who create all the stories on Yahoo Finance and email you that the world is ending, when that occurs, when they go to bullish and they finally say, okay, fine, market is bullish, that's when I will be a little bit bearish. So anyway, I do not think I'm going to be taking a bullish breakout short term on the SPY. So again, just throwing that out there. If we do this, this, and this, and this, I'm not a buyer right there. I will wait for a pullback and then potentially to buy that dip on the SPY, maybe. Again, I mentioned I would like to be in cash come the election, which is right around the corner. So I might just be doing some put sales on the SPY, and if I get some shares, great. If not, no biggie. That's kind of what I think is going to likely transpire, and we'll see. I'll keep you guys posted. Don't you worry at all. So just going over some of the positions. Facebook today, probably going to get called away on Facebook this week. I do like Facebook bullish. I like this little inverted head and shoulders pattern right here. Close with the neckline, retested it, got 6 cents away from getting into some calls. And Facebook looks like it's going to likely continue just a little bit higher. So that's looking good. Here's the Dave & Buster's. Ticker symbol PLAY. And a lot of traders very happy with this one. Yes, we've had to be in it for a little while to get some of that bullish action, but Dave & Buster's making a really, really nice high, and I still do have a wager out there on Dave & Buster's, which is right there. If it breaks 43 by August 15th, I'll buy a random person or family dinner at Dave & Buster's. So right now, the 50 EMA is at 43.72. Don't think that happens, but then again, that's why I made the wager to begin with. Here's Crackle Barrel, CBRL. Crackle Barrel, also mentioned on earnings back in June, an insanely strong bullish gap and go on a long-term basis. So I mentioned that because Crackle Barrel has been in a really, really strong bullish trend, so there's going to be a lot of people selling these breakouts. But long-term, still want to keep your eyes on. Great distribution phase, breaking out the all-time high. I think this is a pullback. If we get more of a pullback, it's viable on Crackle Barrel. Tesla had a monumentally bullish gap today. Ladies and gentlemen, keep your eyes on Tesla. So back from my analysis the last few days, I've been keeping an eye on Tesla. And I thought and have thought for a little bit since back in here is going to go a little bit higher. So I got to give a shout out to Dan Walsh. Dan Walsh unraveled his bear call spread very profitably and successfully on Tesla. Great job. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a very bullish gap on Tesla. We opened above a black candles high. It was a high wave candle, bullish gap and go, new white soldier. You're above the long-term moving averages. You're above your exponential moving averages. I like Tesla a little bit longer-term bullish after this gap. So if you're looking for August 220 or 225 calls, Here's exactly my note as of this morning. And I think the edge is bullish on Tesla. Just throwing that out there. Feel free to keep your eyes on that one. Pepsi, ticker symbol PEP, same thing. Had a really, really good bullish gap not too long ago. I do have a few traders who have some shares long-term on Pepsi. And Pepsi got some fibs on here. The high of today was 109.13. Yep, had a trigger at 109.14 on Pepsi to see if it breaks above that high. Likely will continue just a little bit higher. So Pepsi, long-term, looks bullish. If you got some shares, looks like a good hold to me. Probably kind of keep an eye on Pepsi because that thing long-term really could pop. Here's Square, ticker symbol SQ. This is one that we have had a write-up on that I'm keeping track of in the summer portfolio. If Square, ticker symbol SQ, can close above this particular price, I will continue to think it's going to be a little bit more of a bullish edge, which is $9.50. If anyone wants to own shares, you can do a July put sale, which expires this Friday for $9. Here's GoPro, ticker symbol GPRO, and ironically enough, another really, really good move today. This is one I've also been keeping an eye on. If it closes above the 100 simple moving average, my analysis was to create a higher low and slightly bullish. So here's your higher low. Here's your volume. Looks like we're closing with a long-term moving average. Now, keep in mind, earnings is right around the corner, and GoPro has not performed very well in earnings recently. But 200 simple moving average would be my target on GoPro, as long as GoPro does not open on earnings below the low of today, which is 11.10. I think it's going to perform a little bit like Twitter. It was getting very, very beat up. It was some buy low, sell high locations. But overall, I think it breaks through the 100, retests it, and then slowly continues higher just a little bit. So Twitter, slowly, ever so slightly creeping just a little bit higher. Got two more for you. Well, maybe even three. Here's Amazon, ticker symbol AMZN. And back on the 5th of July, my analysis is pretty simple. Looking for it to go bullish, right? So otherwise, strong bullish edge. Look to buy the dip. There is the dip on the 6th, and here's another pullback, and we just continue higher. So I got to give a shout out to my buddy Zane. Zane's got some shares for swing trades on Amazon, looking good. Stan's got a put sale on Amazon's going to expire worthless this Friday. A lot of traders got a bull put spread off the 50, so Amazon also looking toasty. And of course, can't go an entire day without talking about Apple. Ticker symbol AAPL. You got 4 white candles in a row. I really like this hourly chart. Here's your hourly chart on Apple. I'll pull the hourly chart up. And on the hourly, also kind of looks like a little bit of an inverted head and shoulders pattern. So we have close above this neckline. You do have a retest gap on Apple. You do have increasing bullish volume. I think Apple will pull back around 96 and some change potentially the next 2 to 3 days. But then again, I like to play Apple bullish. I think it will pop out of here and probably trade into the 100 simple moving average at some point before earnings, which is $100.02. Garrison, my buddy from Denver, has an 85 put sale. That'll expire worthless this Friday. And of course, I mean, there was your candle right there. Can't argue with that. My favorite candlestick pattern, my favorite support line. One white soldier on Apple off of a support. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, I teach that candlestick pattern, well, right here. Very beginning. Trading for beginners, class 1, class 2. One white soldier off of support. So if you play it like that, boom, 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 you're profitable. Maybe getting some covered calls over earnings. We'll see what Apple does, but I'm pretty pumped about it. And last but not least, got to give a shout out to my good friend in Gainesville, Florida, Dean Chance. His nickname should be Dean, the stock champion Chance. We played AVT today on a day trade as one of the most profitable day trades I've had singularly in a long time. Gorgeous white candle, gapped down this morning, trapping all kinds of people. You can rest assured that is indeed a bearish gap and go. Here's the 5-minute chart, and I don't think I have to say much more about that. There's your 5-minute and break support stop. 4 R's, anyone? Yes, 4 R's, over 4 R's. Absolutely loving it. Again, that's one that we did post out there for the world to see on our trading view. We also posted it here on our website, reallifetrading.com. It's going to load here in just a second. But either way, ladies and gentlemen, if you are in the trading room today, you're profitable. If you're not in the trading room, get in there. It's amazing. Today was Mentorship Monday, and it was one of the most profitable Mentorship Mondays we've had in a very long time. So Dean, again, thanks so much, man. I absolutely appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, just as a reminder, this Thursday, we have a webinar, It's free. It's going to be recorded. It's entitled How to Select One Simple Strategy. I think you guys are going to really enjoy it. The link is going to be in the description box below in the YouTube channel if you're watching this from YouTube. If you got this in an email, that link is also going to be in the email. If you want the link to that registration, email me. If you can't find it anywhere else, jeremy@reallifetrading.com. Happy to throw it your way. Ladies and gentlemen, Thursday it's on. Next review is going to be Wednesday. And until then, remember, love life, live life, and trade it. Welcome to the all-time highs in 2016. You're amazing.